inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. That's 800-958-2156.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Oh My Goodness Monday, and oh my goodness, there are problems on Facebook. We're not able to broadcast live on Facebook, so if you're listening, thank you for tuning in on AM 1140, 92.3 FM, and streaming live on KYOKradio.org. I've just been told that we are broadcasting on YouTube. So if you want to go over to YouTube, first of all, please subscribe when you go to The Lunch Break with AJ Jones, The Lunch Break with AJ Jones. Please subscribe, and then you can look at it live there in studio. So I'm repping Grambling today because, baby, Grambling came back and did what they had to do in SWAC play. I won't get into it right now. I'll save that for when Coach Johnnie Cole comes on with our SWAC update. But, man, got to give a lot of love to Grambling. Talk about the tale of two halves. And that was the exact same case at the game that I covered this weekend, the Battle of the Piney Woods. Stephen F. Austin gave the number one school in the FCS, Sam Houston State, all they could handle until the fourth quarter. And I got to admit, I got it wrong. Sam Houston State went for two when they would have just been down by 7. They went for two, and sure enough, they ended up winning by 1. So, I admit when I'm wrong. So, Grambling, great weekend. Great weekend for Sam Houston State on the win. Got to give love to Mississippi Valley State, got their first win. FAMU is 2-2 after beating what I thought was a better Alabama State team. Bethune is still winless. And then we know what Prairie View did on last Thursday night. So, me and Coach Cole will talk about that in the second hour for the HBCU Stroll. Let's get back to these NFL games, though. Let's get back to these NFL games on yesterday. Again, Texan fans, if y'all want to talk, I don't know, you might want to wait until tomorrow. Especially if you're calling to tell me how great Davis Mills is. Again, no shade at him as a person, no shade at him as a player. He's just not ready. And we're not going to talk about weather. We're not going to talk about drop balls and tip balls and all the things that happen in a normal game. as if there was some type of universal attack on Davis Mills. There was not. The spirits weren't all aligned against Davis Mills. David Culley is still the right coach for this team. I hate that their quarterback room looks like Davis Mills and Jeff Driscoll right now. Tyrod Taylor can't even come back until after next week. So, I told Ferdinand, this team is not going to make a move at quarterback. They got who they want. They're working with who they want. So, no. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So, that being said, New Orleans was up 21-10 in the fourth quarter and some kind of way lost. 21-10, fourth quarter, and they lose to the Giants, to the New York City Giants that play in New Jersey, by the way. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. And Jameis Winston did not throw an interception. Jameis Winston was not erratic with the ball. 17 for 23, 226 yards, a touchdown, no interception. Taysom Hill came in and threw an INT. That ain't on Jameis. Taysom Hill did make some plays with his legs. 6 carries, 28 yards, 2 touchdowns. But when you let Taysom Hill throw the ball, that's what you're liable to get. Everybody talks about about Jameis Winston's interception problem. When are we going to start picking Taysom Hill's apart? Bad interceptions, untimely, come at critical moments of the game. Jameis took care of the ball, Taysom did not. But when you have, watch this, when you have Jameis Winston not turn the ball over, throw for 226, complete a high percentage of passes, and you have Alvin Kamara run for $120, you'd expect the Saints to win the game. And I got to go over to the other side of the ball and say, what happened defensively? What happened defensively where the Saints didn't lock down a team that you got down by 11 points? And that's what they did. Or better yet, that's what they did not do. They didn't lock down the Giants. They gave up 11 points in the fourth quarter and 6 points on a touchdown in the overtime. Sudden death, overtime, first team to score a touchdown wins. Can't blame Jameis for that. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Dear Lord Jesus, I want to thank you for the greatest team to ever face any football team in the earth that wears that blue and gray. Ladies and gentlemen, how about them Cowboys? Hey, Jay, you need some tickets, brother. I told you we got room on the bandwagon. You and Brother Ferdinand, you got one more week before I'm going to have to close the gate. Hey, Jay, how you doing, bro?
I can't believe that my first 2 callers today were both rabid Cowboy fans. Can't believe that. Uncle Buck and Longhorn Keith. I don't understand. Well, I do understand. Texans got beat 40-0, so they can't say nothing. Before
that game, I'm sorry, I was watching a football game on Fox yesterday, but somebody told me that there was they had a practice game going on or something out in Buffalo, and it was raining real bad. So what was the final score of that game again, sir?
40-0. Okay, hold please. Yeah, Texan fans can't say nothing. In fact, Texan fans are all trying to convince me that it was the weather's fault, that the conditions were too tough for Davis Mills, and I'm not doing that today. I'm not doing that today. I'm not, because on the other side of the ball, Josh Allen played with those same conditions, and he helped his team put up 40. So not doing it. Making excuses for Davis Mills and Mac Jones and guys like that does not make them better. It does not.
Well, AJ, it's the same thing I told my little brother, man. I said, you know what? You're right, man. It is. I'm going to blame the weather. I'm going to say that that's the reason why, because he is under the impression that Davis Mills is the answer. And so I told him, you're right. Davis Mills is the answer. I said, he is the answer for y'all getting the #1 draft pick next year, because that brother ain't doing nothing. No disrespect to Davis Mills, but he is like a deer caught in headlights, brother. Listen, I'm not going to brag. I'm not going to dog out the Texans today, although this was the worst defeat in their team's history. I just want to talk about the positives of life. We're going to stay positive. This is a positive Monday. We'll talk your team on Tuesday, but we're just going to talk the positives of life. And AJ, do you know, today, on a positive note, I woke up in a good mood, and I thank God for all of my blessings. And I just happened to pick out my clothes today, and they just happened to be blue and gray. I said, what a positive day it is today.
You know what? You go ahead and rock your stuff. I mean, you go ahead and rock. Cowboy fans got every right to just go out because y'all are 3-1. Y'all were the first team to really show that Tampa could be beaten. Y'all beat Philly at home. You knocked Carolina from the ranks of the unbeaten. And you beat a very good Charger team. So you go ahead. I can't say nothing bad.
Man, listen, and honestly, and all kidding aside, this is why I'm excited about this team. Last year's team, before Dak got hurt, there were questions on whether or not we could win big games, right? And this year, you nailed it. We have played some really good opponents these first 4 weeks, and we have been, minus a few mistakes in the Tampa game, we have played a complete game of football from start to finish, and I'm really, really excited. Obviously, I say this every week, but Dak's doing phenomenal. But Zeke and Pollard as a combo, man, that duo is amazing. We got wide receivers stepping up. I mean, I really love how – and then you take a look at our defense, and oh, my gosh. Granted, last year – we were looking at our defense going, can they stop anything? I mean, and so we got a turnover in every game, intercept. I mean, I'm really excited about this team, man.
And you got every right to be. I've said that if that defense could play a fraction better than they did last season, and they got some real quarterback play, because, man, Andy Dalton wasn't it. They would be a good team. And sure enough, Dak came back better than anyone that could imagine. Zeke is letting everybody know, get rid of me if you want to. You're going to have to find a way to stop me. Tony Pollard's doing his thing. But that defense, Micah Parsons is the truth. I owe him an apology. Micah Parsons is whether he's in the middle of the line, on the edge of the line, at linebacker, at safe, Micah Parsons is a player.
That part. Listen, they let that guy go, and he just simply makes plays. And that's the thing I love about this entire team. And the defense, they're playing just more looser and more freer. And I'm enjoying that, man. I really love the way the defense plays. Sometimes I think we give up yards in places we shouldn't. We kind of have mental lapses. But at the end of the day, as long as this offense can move the ball the way that they've been moving the ball, and the play calling has been absolutely incredible, I am super excited about where this team is headed. And on another note, if I may, and I'll talk more about this tomorrow, obviously this is Texas OU week, and I'm really excited about the Longhorns going into this game, probably more excited than I've ever been before. That win over TCU was not an easy victory. It didn't look pretty the whole game, but for the most part, we did what we had to do to get the victory, and I'm excited about seeing Casey go into the Red River Showdown and what this offense can do to put some points up against Oklahoma.
Yeah, let me add to that. Bijan Robinson is legit. He is your only real legit NFL top round draft choice, and when I say top, I mean first 3 rounds. That being said, y'all are playing a whole lot better than I thought, and I do. I give you a chance to upset Oklahoma in that Red River rivalry. The other thing I got to say about TCU, man, you can't make those kind of mistakes against a team like UT and expect to win that. And that fell right on the feet of Gary Patterson and a couple of his skilled players. You cannot put the ball on the ground as much as that young man did and expect to, compete and win that game.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And to that point that you made about Bijan, let me just tell you, man, I don't know of another player who has, obviously Vince Young, when he first came on campus, was certainly exciting. But Bijan is on a different level when it comes to a running back in that running back room.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, you can know he's getting the ball, and still it's difficult for you to bring him down. He's poetry in motion to watch him run. Man. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think he's going to get love like Trey Sermon got love out of Ohio State. I think he's got that kind of it factor as a running back that somebody's going to get him in one of those first 3 rounds and make him their featured back. So, again, great job there. And, again, I'm looking forward to this being a better game than most folks thought at the beginning of the year with OU and UT. I still think Oklahoma's going to win it, but I think it's going to be a better game than most folks thought.
Yeah, I think Vegas has him as a 3-point favorite in this one. So we'll see, though. I'm anxious to see what unfolds on Saturday. And man, before I end the call, I just want to tell you I'll be calling tomorrow for Talk to Team Tuesday, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Longhorns. But today, again, I just want to extend this offer because listen, AJ, I think you said when you're at your church on Sundays, man, the doors of the church are open. The doors of the Cowboys. We're open for y'all to come join on the bandwagon. But it's closing fast. That's all I'm going to say. It's closing fast. I can get you some blue and gray. AJ, you want a hat? What do you want? What, tell me, you want some socks, pajama bottoms? Let me know, man, because I want you on this bandwagon. I don't want you to miss out on this fun trip you're going to have in L.A. I got hotel reservations and everything, AJ.
All I'm going to tell you is get off my telephone. Get off my telephone. Bye, man. Love you, bro. Love you, brother. All right. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Willie Gibson.
What's up, Willie Gibson? How you doing, man?
What up, boss? I'm good. How about you?
I'm just glad you called in because if I got one more Cowboy fan call me today, I think my head is just going to – I think just a star is going to pop out of the side of my head. Bruh.
A star, huh?
But you know what? I got to be honest, though, man. They got every right to talk that noise, man. They got every right to talk that noise because this team is looking better than most thought. They played Tampa well. They beat a very good Chargers team. They knocked Carolina from the ranks of the unbeaten. And I get it. Everybody, Carolina didn't really play anybody. You can only play who's on your schedule. So don't make it an excuse when it's a team that you don't like, and then it's a plus when it's a team that you do. I think the Cowboys are doing just what they needed to do. Dak came back better than anybody thought he did. Zeke is eating, man. Zeke is feed me. I like what I see. And Micah Parsons, come on, Penn State. That dude is a player. I like it.
Oh, yeah, without question. I mean, well said. I add nothing to that. You said it. You said it.
What did you think about my? I don't know if you heard it. I call Bijan Robinson a similar back to Trey Sermon. Was I off with that? What do you think?
I did hear it. Oh no, I think that's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. I mean, Trey came in last year and wasn't getting the time in Oklahoma that he thought he should, and graduated, and then came to Ohio State, and he did well. So I could see Bijan Robinson in that Trey Sermon mold for sure.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think he is. Bijan is the legit top 3 round pick in the NFL. I don't see anybody else on that Longhorn team that makes me say, "Oh, that dude's a player" or anything like that. But Bijan is definitely that guy, and I think they can give a struggling Oklahoma team a little bit more than what we thought that they would give them at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that should be interesting. This Saturday, right?
Yeah, this Saturday. Yep.
Oh yeah, that should be interesting. I do think, for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason. I mean, Spencer Rattler does what he does, but Big 12 plays no defense. So what is it? 37-34 against K-State this past weekend. Oklahoma won.
Yeah.
I mean, and so what is it? I know it's politically correct terms. It's no longer the Red River Shootout, but it's going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
Because one of those teams are defensive depth, and that's not a negative. That's just the conference. That's just what they are.
Yep.
And I can see Texas putting up a little bit of a fight.
Yep. The Red River rivalry is what we call it over here, and it'll be Saturday at 11. I still have Oklahoma with the win, but I'm with the experts. It ain't gonna be by much. Oklahoma's an early 3-point favorite in that one.
Yeah. What was it? A couple years ago, Dickens, the kicker for Texas.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it could come down to a kick. I don't know, but that.
Yeah. On another note, Willie Gibson, broadcast journalist covering The Ohio State University, the Big Ten, and the Cleveland Browns. Ohio State got well again against a Rutgers team that I don't think they know what hit them.
No, they did. I mean, Schiano, defensive coordinator at Ohio State 3 years ago. So, the talk was he's familiar with that squad. He's familiar with those players. And he tried to warn people, like, look, I know those players, but they've grown. They've grown since I was there. They've gotten better. They've improved. So, I don't have an advantage just because I coached those guys 3 years ago. And he pretty much went out there and let him know that he doesn't. I mean, Ohio State, it's a get right game. There's those games where you've been struggling the last couple of weeks, and you got a game on your schedule. You look at it. Akron was a get right game. Rutgers wasn't necessarily looked upon early on as a get right game, but the last now 2 of the last 3, Rutgers is lost to Ohio State by 50 plus points games prior to Saturday, and Saturday's win was by 39. So, they're improving. They're improving. They only lost by 39. And Ohio State fans are disrespected. I think we talked Friday where they were only favored by 16.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the last 2 games it was 58-0, 52-0. So to be favored by 16 over a team you've beaten by 50 plus, and then to go in there and only win by 39. It's celebrated. Win is a win, but it's still Rutgers at the end of the day, according to the mindset of most.
Yeah, no, I got to give you that. I love what I saw out of C.J. Stroud. Love that he kind of quieted the doubters for a while. 330 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Was very accurate. So, but man, Ohio State running the ball. 201 yards rushing, 38 attempts, and what? And a touchdown. Henderson got in the end zone again. So I just like the complete balance of that team.
Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, Trevion Henderson, did what he does, and he got nicked up early in that game. He wasn't, he didn't play late after mid-second quarter. It was pretty much the Master Teague show. Maya Williams didn't play. Marcus Crowley finished up a little bit there. Evan Pryor, the true freshman, as well. And that's the funny part about it. Evan Pryor and Trevion Henderson came in. They're both freshmen. And everyone knew, Trevion Henderson is going to be the guy, but watch out for Evan Pryor. And now it's just Trevion Henderson is gone.
Yeah.
To use a running back term. So, Ohio State, they got right. The other one coming up this week, homecoming versus Maryland. We know what happens on homecoming.
Yep. Yeah, I know. And I just hate that Loxley is going to have to go through that, and Tua's little brother is going to have to go through that. But hey, that's why they play the games, and to to beat the team. To be the team, you got to beat the team. So they need to just come and get some.
Yeah, and they will.
Yeah,
they will. That's all good.
Willie Gibson, broadcast journalist, Will Knows podcast. What do you think about Cleveland's performance yesterday? They got the win, but it wasn't easy.
Good, no, and that's good because they needed. A lot of people were complaining like, "Oh, it should have been a shootout. They should have done this. Should have done that." Those are types of wins that you need to learn how to get because every game's not going to be a blowout. You know, I apologize in advance, but every game's not going to be 40-0.
Right.
So you have to learn and grind. Now, the positives out of that, it was the second week in a row that they held the opponent to single digits. 6 last week versus Chicago, 7 this week against a pretty good, if not great, Minnesota offense with Jefferson, Thielen, Kirk Cousins, and Dalvin Cook. So for that defense to go out there and hold them to 7 points at home, I mean, that's something to definitely hang their hat on. So, but, you know, Baker didn't play well. Baker's hurt. That's the thing about it. People, you know, are complaining. Baker dislocated his shoulder against the Texans.
Right.
So
non-throwing shoulder, but still, that's
correct.
legit.
Yeah, he's compensated. Yeah, he definitely dislocated his non-throwing shoulder, but at the end of the day, it's still affecting his throws. And so for him, you pay Case Keenum $6 million. Why not play him? It's not always that cut and dry. You know, Baker. I mean, you know, Baker's a competitor. Say what you want about him, but he wants to go out there and compete, get out there. He's not having his best performances, but he's also not per se hurting the team either. So, you know, you got a big one coming up this week at the Chargers at SoFi, and you know, people will, you know, we'll be back. Super Bowl is at SoFi Stadium this year. And there's a potential that it could happen, but first you got to go 1-0 this week against the Chargers before you can then focus on SoFi on February 13th.
Right. Absolutely. Willie Gibson, broadcast journalist, covering the Cleveland Browns and others, joining us on the show. Right now, Cincinnati 3-1, Baltimore 3-1, Cleveland 3-1, Pittsburgh. What do they do with Big Ben? Again, yesterday was painful to watch.
I tried to tell you, but I digress. You know, speaking of Dan Orlovsky said it today, and I agree. I don't agree with him on much, but I agree. Tom has to make a hard decision. I mean, it's year 19. Just to parallel it, LeBron's in year 19, and he's still going strong. Just let you know the anomaly that he is as an athlete.
Yeah.
And then they have Ben Roethlisberger in year 19, looking the way he looked this season. Decisions have to be made. Hard decisions have to be made. Hard conversations have to occur because, you know, you can't continue to allow him to play and to do the things that he's been doing. I mean, it's clear. It's clear. He came back 1 year too long. He's staying 1 year too long. And, you know, Mason Rudolph's behind him, Dwayne Haskins behind him. Well, you got to see what you got. I mean, it's 1-3. I mean, so what he's done so far is not giving any indication that he's prepared to turn this around, or he's able to turn this around. So, you know, yes, he's the veteran. Yes, he's the 2-time Super Bowl champ. Yes, but at the end of the day, it's like you said last year about Drew Brees. It's not the Super Bowl champ, Ben Roethlisberger.
Right.
In 2021, Ben Roethlisberger, and it's just not getting it done. So hard decisions have to be made.
Yep. And I got my next special guest coming up. We're going to go take the HBCU Stroll. But before we do, Willie, you got to give us your take on the Tampa Bay New England game last night. I got to be honest with you, man. I hope Chris Collinsworth was able to get to sleep because, man, he was loving himself some Mac Jones. And to me, the story was not Mac Jones. He just wasn't. You know me, I can be a little pessimistic when it comes to some of these rookie quarterbacks. I was underwhelmed. I really was. They had a good game plan for him for that game, but they act like he's Jesus H. Christ, and my stomach couldn't take it last night.
Well, I'm not going to go that far. He played well. I mean,
he played all right.
75-2. And
he played all right.
75 and 2 touchdowns. Nah, bro. Get that out your heart. Nope. I'm not going to say what it is. Get that out your heart.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Get that out your heart. Get that out your heart.
All right.
Credit. I got to give that man credit. I mean, 275, 2 touchdowns, threw a pick. But, I mean, I hate to say it. No, I don't hate to say it. It's the truth. This is what they saw when they decided to move on from him. Now, I'm not saying he's better than Cam right now, but they were prepared to live with what he was going to give them, knowing that he's going to improve.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm cool with it. They knew it was going to be some growing pains. They knew he wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, give him room, give him space to grow. And they're doing that. So, yeah, he did well, but I think game overall, I think for the hype, and we knew that the hype machine was in full effect for this one. It was a pretty boring game, to be truthful about it. But, you could tell the emotions were getting to Brady a lot throughout the game. Even after the game, you could see he was like, man, I'm glad this is over. So, but at the end of the day, Tampa won. It's on to the next one.
Okay. All right. And I will say this, and then we got to go. What do you think of a rookie quarterback coming in like Mac Jones, who won't say the name of a player like Tom Brady, and then his post game was, the other team won. He wouldn't even give respect to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is that gamesmanship? Is that, I'm locked in, or is that just not smart?
That's Bill Belichick. That's what that is. That's Bill Belichick. We're on to Cincinnati.
Okay. All right.
I mean, that's what that is.
Okay. All right, Willie Gibson, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you, man.
Appreciate it. Will Gibson 7 on social media, Twitter, Instagram. Also, Will Knows Facebook page, and also Folks Talking Sports. And Deanna is the GOAT, Chris Gardner, and myself. Also, I think this week is Thursday evening. Chris will be able to tell you more on Thursday. We moved it this week for coverage purposes, but I believe it's Thursday on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. All
right. Willie, thank you for tuning in, brother. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for always giving us what you give us. Will Knows Podcast right here on the lunch break. Talk to you later, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, y'all. We gonna flip it real quick. We moved out of the NFL. Let me go on and get this going. Let me tell you something. I had to pull this shirt out. Man, I didn't see it coming, but guess what? They handled their business. I'm talking about the Grambling State Tigers. We're going to talk about them and then some as we take that HBCU Stroll with the coach, Johnnie Cole. Coach Cole, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing wonderful, man. Just looking forward to getting into this show today and excited about HBCUs. We've seen a lot of, if we want to call them upsets, we can call them upsets, but we've seen a lot of teams got defeated that we really thought that was moving forward and having a great season.
Coach, I got to tell you, under no circumstances did I think Grambling was going to turn around a game like that against the reigning SWAC Offensive Player of the Year, and that's Akil Glass and those the Bulldogs down there at Alabama A&M. How in the world did Coach Fobbs and them turn that around?
Well, one thing about them, Glass can't move the ball when he's on the sideline, and when you turn the ball over 4 times, it's hard to win football games, turn the ball over 4 times. There's 3 segments of the game. There's offense, defense, and then there's special team. And evidently Grambling was winning in 2 of those, sure enough. Watching them, great defense, solid offense, don't beat themselves. And unfortunately, Glass was kind of off, and those four turnovers really hurt the Bulldogs.
Well, I got to tell you, I was surprised. In fact, I could not see the game. I'm not paying ESPN for their ESPN Plus. I kept asking, what in the world is going on? How in the world is Grambling back in the game where they were getting handled in the first half?
Yeah, watching that game, Grambling just stayed steady, and sometimes.
I think we just lost. Coach. Yeah, I think we just lost Coach. All right, y'all stay right there. Stay right there. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We are streaming live on kyokradio.org and on YouTube. No Facebook today. They've got some problems going on Facebook. So whatever they got going on, we're not going to let that be our problem. If you want to tune in on AM 1140 in Houston or 92.3, you can do that, or kyokradio.org. That's kyokradio.org. Just click on Listen Live, and you'll be able to check us out there. All right, I think Coach Cole is coming back in now. Let's see. No, looks like it's still having some problems. So let me get ready to hit the top of the hour. Hit the top of the hour, and we'll do that again right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Oh My Goodness Monday and the HBCU Stroll.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We made it! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. All this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We made it! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house! It's a wrap. Game over.
All right, y'all. That's the first hour on the books, second hour underway here on the legendary KYOK. I'm just checking with Coach Cole. He got dropped off. See if he can get back in. I know we've been having problems on this end, so it may not be him at all. We'll see if we can't get him back on. It is our Oh My Goodness Monday. It is our HBCU Stroll. We did talk in the first hour. Davis Mills. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 interceptions, and the Texans 40-0 loss to Buffalo. They're going to host New England Sunday at noon. Of course, New England coming off of that heartbreaking 19-17 loss to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I guess everybody saw a different game than me. Mac Jones, according to everybody else, played like he was, one of the main disciples. So bless the Lord. Cowboys knocked Carolina from the ranks of the unbeaten. 36-28. Dak threw for 4 touchdowns in the win. Ezekiel Elliott ran for $143 and a touchdown. They're going to host the Giants Sunday at 3:25. The Giants coming off of a come-from-behind victory where they trailed 21-10 to the New Orleans Saints in the fourth quarter, and they beat the Saints 27-21 in overtime. And then let's see, Major League Baseball, the Astros wrap things up 7-6. They are now off to the playoffs. They're going to host the White Sox Thursday in a best 3 out of 5. Little college football, not HBCU related. I got Coach Cole back. Is UT beat TCU 32-27. Also, it was Sam Houston coming from behind to beat Stephen F. Austin. It was Baylor losing to Oklahoma State, and A&M lost to Mississippi State 26-22. Coach Cole, you back with me? How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm back with you. You know, my technology went down for a minute, but I'm back in style, ready to talk some football.
Well, let's do it. Somebody just called in. Let's take that call. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
James Todd.
Todd. Now, look, we get ready to talk HBCU stuff, and I know you want to talk about the Longhorns. You want to talk about the Cowboys and all that. You know anything about HBCUs real fast? Let me see what you're talking about, Todd.
I know Deion Sanders at Jackson State is not going to get them where they need to be. Is
What?
that
What? What did you just say? Hold on. Say it again with your chest.
somebody to check the microphone or the speaker?
Check 1, check 2. Microphone, check 1, check 2. Say it again real loud.
I was on the record before Deion got that job. I've grown and lived up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. No coaches personally that coached against him in private school. Not that great of a coach.
Coach Cole, hold on. I got an expert on here. I got a coach who's all he do is win no matter what. Coach Cole, you hear what he said about Coach Primetime? What you think?
Hey, I heard what he said, and given my coaching experience and being around the league for 40 years, coaches take offense to guys who don't do it the right way. So I won't be surprised if he don't reach where he's trying to go or meet the hype. Because he don't play no more. It's about the players on the football field.
Right.
And me being a black college graduate myself and former athlete, it's deeper than just the X's and O's. It's deeper than the Jimmys and Joes, and that's what a lot of these coaches that come from that type of exterior to our league think it's that easy, that I'm outsmart everybody or I'm out recruit everybody. It's more than that. Now, I'm not taking anything away from him. He is doing a great job. He's doing a good job. He's doing some things that they hadn't seen before over at Jackson State. But this conference have seen those things.
I got you. Todd, what else do you want to add?
I would say I think if Deion's act could help the whole conference as a whole, like he was talking about getting the names on the back of the jerseys and stuff like that, or better in the conference.
I'm sorry, Todd. Say it again. My bad. That was me.
So I was saying if he can help improve the conference as a whole, I think that may be Deion's bigger impact and legacy, getting the HBCUs up, improving them all together, whatever areas he fits. I'm just bringing up the names on the back of the jersey because that's something he mentioned.
Right. I know you know that ain't a major thing, but Todd, I appreciate the call. We'll talk with you tomorrow on Talk Your Team Tuesday because I know you got plenty to talk about up there in Austin.
We formed one.
Todd, I'll talk to you. Get off my phone. Love you, brother. Man, Longhorn fans and Cowboy fans, boy, they want it today. They want that action today. I ain't mad at them because they ain't had nothing to cheer about in a long time. In a long time. But Coach Cole, let me do something real quick because a lot of folks, and I'm not calling Todd a casual fan, but a lot of casual fans think that Coach Deion is doing so much for the SWAC, and he is. But let's not overlook, and I know this coach, let me say it now. let's not overlook the work that Charles McClellan is doing. Let's not overlook that, because Charles McClellan is working with the ESPNs to get them to broadcast these games. Charles McClellan is working with the NCAA to get on the board of the selection committee for the basketball and all that. And all that's going to do is help, SWACs and other HBCUs. Let's not put it all on one person's head just because that name is a little bit more recognizable than others. There are McClellans out there. There are other coaches. Coach Fobbs has been doing a good job. There's other, people in other areas, athletic directors and assistant athletic directors and maybe not head coaches, but assistant head coaches that are doing great work to bring a lot of attention to HBCU football.
Yeah, this is really a big social push as well. With all the social things that have happened to African Americans in the past years, have brought attention and brought awareness to Black college football. It kind of remind me that back in the day when you ask, well, why we can't hire more African American people, and I used to say, well, where are they at? Well, they're in Black colleges. You should be able to use that excuse, and that excuse has been used for years and years. If you want to go where you're gonna find some fine African American student athletes and also presidents and athletic directors, you go find them in Black colleges. So all this movement is good for us. It can't be singled out with one person. You always got to know your history before you know where you're going.
Right.
And these things are happening. These things are happening because of Eddie Robinson and W.C. Gordon and Jay Gaithers and your Rob Broadways and your L.C. Coles and your Doug Williamses and and a whole bunch of athletes that don't came through here, and not only just athletes, administrators. So none of this is about just one person. It's about everybody doing their job, whether it's our commissioner, Charles McCullough, whether it's Dion doing his thing over there. You got Mike Strahan, he's stepping out. I mean, you want to talk about a name. I mean, this guy is worldwide, Mike, and he's straight from Texas Southern University. You got Kamala Harris, who's our vice president right now. So the movement is going, it's rapid, and it's just peeling off of a Band-Aid that's already been there, that people are now getting to see that African Americans are in Black college football and Black college schools, have been doing a lot of this. It's just now they're getting the recognition.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Coach Johnnie Cole, former head coach at Texas Southern University, was focused on and featured in Second Chance U, and we appreciate you making the time. Got to give some love to this young man, Carmelio. Carmelio said, "Oh my goodness, I came out of the meeting to get this in. Did you see my G-men put it down?" He said, "The freshman is the truth. Our test is this weekend against Corn. But for now, GS, GS, GSU."
They surprised the academy, jumping on Alabama A&M like that. But you talk about tradition. You talk about those kids over there got pride, and they just not just gonna lay down. They it's been a body of work over there, and Coach Fobbs, has always been a great coach, and he ain't where he were, but you got to remember now, Coach Fobbs was two or three time Coach of the Year. He won the conference, 3 or 4 years when he first jumped in there. So he's getting them going, and the season is 11 games. The season ain't 3 or 4; it's 11 games now.
Right.
And right now, it's running even, especially over in that east side.
I got to tell you, Coach Cole, I got a chance to talk at length with Coach Fobbs after the U of H game. And, in fact, it was me and 2 other people in the media room. That's just how little coverage that respect that they got after that game. And he spoke with me, and his demeanor, his energy, none of that was on the down. Like he
Right.
said, we get ready to go into SWAC play now. These games are over. Now we're playing against the teams that we see each and every year. And guess what? Grambling is going to make some noise. I asked him about the alumni and the detractors, and he said, when I lose, they want me gone. When I win, they love me. I'm going to keep making them. And I said that. I said, man, that's all right there. He said, I'm going to keep making them love me. And boy, he had a big statement win this past weekend.
Well, hey, I of course, I've been in that situation, and you can't let the fans and what people think about you, and like my mom always told me, if ain't nobody talking about you, you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I know the family, a great dad. He's got a younger brother that's a great coach. He's been able to put some things together, and he's surprising people. But
Yeah.
again, I know Coach Maynard too as well over at
Mhm.
Alabama A&M. I know
Mhm.
that ain't gonna happen again with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all that done was throw a monkey wrench, and who gonna win that side of the conference.
Yeah, I got to give you that. So, how do you bring an Akil Glass back from a game like that, where all the hype was NFL prospect and SWAC Player of the Year and all that, and then he go out there and have a game like that? How do you get his head right for the next game?
Well, of course, one of the things is you got to get back in that film room and find out where you were making your mistakes. And sometimes when you get a kid like that, sometimes he'll go in the game overconfident. One of the things I've always coached my quarterbacks in telling them, don't make your mind up before the play start. So sometimes the guy want to throw to his favorite guy all the time and don't take the other team for granted. And those things happen. I remember I was playing Southern University as a quarterback, and we were right there. And after the game, I was teary-eyed, and the coach walked over to me and he said, "I just need to ask you one thing. Did you give it your all?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, then sometimes your all ain't good enough.
Wow.
Let's get back in this film room that I know that Coach Maynard is gonna do with Glass, and they're gonna guarantee you they'll have it together next week."
Yeah, no, I'm going to give you that. Again, he didn't forget how to play football Saturday. He didn't all of a sudden lose his skill and his football IQ on Saturday. There'll be games and days like that. And like you said, Coach Maynard will do a good job in coaching him up and getting him back right. Let's look at a couple of these other games. Bethune-Cookman is 0-5. They're playing well, but they're just not getting the job done. South Carolina State beat them 42-35. What was your thoughts in that one?
And I feel that way. Coach Sims over there, Bethune-Cookman, is going through a tough year. They're young. They've been great in the past. So he's on a rebuilding year. Not a reloading year, but a rebuilding year. And they just got to learn how to finish. They've been right there. They just hadn't finished yet. And Coach Sims, I guarantee you, he'll get it going in the right direction before it's over.
Here's a game that I really didn't see coming. I got to admit, there were two that I missed out on. I missed on the Grambling game, and I missed out on Mississippi Valley State beating North Carolina Central. And the fans down there at Valley State are saying, "Oh, everybody said MEAC SWAC Challenge." Well, guess what? Guess what? Mississippi Valley State got that win. What were your thoughts on that one?
Well, let me say, they have a great defense. Mississippi Valley been having a good defense for the last couple of years. Their offense got to catch up. They got a new offensive coordinator down there with Ken Evans, along with Willie Totten, are finally trying to catch up, of what's going on. Defenses are always in front of offenses.
Yeah.
And, they scored 17 this week, but they scored enough to win the football game. And I think the new offense coordinator, Ken Evans, giving it a chance with the head coach, Coach Dancy at Mississippi Valley. I believe that they'll upset a couple more teams before it's all said and done this year.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I know Central. I'm not going to say Central's coach did. I know Coach O doesn't do that. But sometimes a young man will look at that and say, oh, that's a win.
Right, right. Oh no,
What?
without a doubt, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
guess
You could
what?
tell they lost. They lost this game in the week. They didn't lose it just the other day. They just lost it on the score. But
Mm-hmm.
evidently, I thought Central would play much better than that.
Yeah. And then, Coach, we got to look down there at FAMU. They got a win over an Alabama State team that I thought was a lot better, and they beat them handily, 28-0 in that one.
That was a surprise to me. One thing about it, Alabama State again always had a great defense and a ball control offense, and you got to now in the conference you got to come out and play every week. You can't take a week off. If you do, you're gonna find yourself in trouble. And when I first seen that game, and I see 7-0, then I see 14-0, I said, whoa. But Coach Simmons said that defensively they were going to be pretty damn good this year, and I think they finally put things together, and teams get better as the year. Good teams get better as the year move on, and evidently the quarterback they got, because if they know something about Coach Simmons and his offense, it's explosive.
Yeah,
and maybe he's got that quarterback going in the right direction now.
Yeah, we knew that they had some quarterback trouble. I know in one game they actually brought in the backup, let him run it some, and he seemed to be okay. But I knew they were kind of, torn between two quarterbacks. And that proverbial saying, if you got two quarterbacks and you don't have one, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. But it looks like they've locked in on a young man, and he's showing himself well.
Yeah, well, when you look in the box scores, there's only one quarterback, and that's what I believe in. I played the position. I don't believe in alternate. The guy got to get in. He's got to get a feel of the game. He got to get his timing down. He's got to find his best wide receiver. He's got to be able to read defenses. He's got coaches in his ear, and you can't get that continuity coming in and out of the game. So I think they've leaned in on the quarterback, McKay. He did a super job. He was 11 for 23, 152 yards. He threw one touchdown. So it was a ball control offense. And anytime that you running the ball as well, they rush the ball for 141 yards. That's doggone good. That's ball control.
That's ball control, and that eats up clock.
Yes, sir.
And definitely what Alabama State needed on their side was more clock, because they could never get anything going. I got to take a break, but I got to tell you what the word on the street is. We'll do that when we come back. We're taking our HBCU stroll with the coach, Johnnie Cole, right here on the lunch break. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
The legendary KYOK 1140. The legendary
have no questions.
KYOK 92.3 FM.
Should I get it on my phone?
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.
What's wrong with my phone?
See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire, located at 3126 between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation and a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Music?
All right, y'all. We're back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We are definitely taking our HBCU stroll with head coach Johnnie Cole. All right, Coach Cole, I got to give a shout out. Somebody sent this to me, so I'm definitely going to do it. Greg wanted me to shout out to Norfolk State quarterback Jawan Carter. He was named the HBCU Offensive Player of the Week. Completed 17 passes, 294 yards, 2 touchdowns, plus he ran for 99 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. And the Spartans got an overtime win over Hampton. So let's shout out to Jawan Carter over there at Norfolk State.
Hey, new coach, new time. Norfolk is a beautiful place to go to school at. I think Norfolk State is a great institution. That kid over there is a good one. You need to keep your eye on him, for the next level. He had a big part in choosing the next head coach over there. And, that's how good he is and that's how much respect he has. So kudos to him.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was kind of surprised about that myself. And oh yeah, by the way, Norfolk State is leading the MEAC right now. Now they haven't played. They played that one conference game, but Norfolk State is having a solid season so far, and it's directly related to that young quarterback right there.
No question. And Coach Odom, you got to give Coach Odom, he's walking in there his first year. He's displaying his talents as well, and his coaching staff. Coach Odom, has always been a winner. I have known him to have a losing season. He's a great coach and with a good staff. And, I look for good things from him. And I didn't look for him to happen just so fast, but, he's been in that seat before and, he's built some continuity over there and some discipline.
Yeah, I got to tell you, a lot of folks were surprised when he left the Bluff and went over there to Norfolk State. They thought it was a sudden change or what have you. But again, he didn't leave that coaching knowledge behind him. He took it with him over there to Norfolk State and doing a great job over there so far. They're 3-2 on this young season, ahead of Delaware State, and Central, South Carolina State, and Howard. So congratulations to what they're doing over there.
And no question, it was always fun going back home. They brought him back home. He's from that area. He played football out that way. And, he knows probably a lot of the high school coaches. He's got a good following, and I wish him well.
Yeah, you and me both. Now, I hate to talk about this, but I literally had somebody reach out to me and say, coach at Clark and the coach at Alabama State are in trouble. It's too early, in my opinion, to be talking about somebody being in trouble, but supposedly the way that they're playing over at Clark and obviously what we saw, these last several games with Alabama State, they're not happy with what they're seeing. Alabama State in the spring and Alabama State right now look like two different teams.
Yeah, I'm a very good friend of Donald Hill. And, being a coach myself, that's the fleas that come with the dog sitting in that seat. At the end of the day, it's about winning. But I'm sure that Coach Hill will regroup. They're still in the thick of things. They sitting at 1-1 in the conference. So, I'm not ready to throw my hat in on him. I don't think nobody else should. He's done a great job of taking that program over. As being one of the coaches on the staff and came in at an interim. And, nobody likes to win. I mean, Nobody likes to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, nobody likes to lose. And I've coached down there at Alabama State. And it's a tough place to be a coach at, because, you're going to get criticized both ways. If you win too much or you don't win by enough, because they're diehard fans in Montgomery, Alabama. I had a great time down there. So, hopefully he can get it going. And Clark just changed over coach. I don't think this guy's been there over 2 years. You know, because Kevin Ramsey, who was my defensive coordinator, took over down there, and you know, he didn't have a lot of success, and they moved on. And you know, sometimes you got to give a guy an opportunity. And you know, talking about that, you know, these guys, these universities, and they jumping from coach to coach, they need to slow down a little bit, find out who they are when they make a decision. What kind of coach, where we are in our program. Are we a winning program? Then we need to get a guy that can come in and take over it from there. Or are we a perennial losing program? Now I want a coach that when I choose that coach, he better have some background that he's been in a losing program or been a part of a losing program and turned it around. Because it's not easy, you know.
Yeah.
And when you take over these losing programs, not only is the coach bad or the players are bad, there's bad administration, you know, as far as compliance and all those issues. And you know, AJ, I know I got great experience in that, you know. And when the light ain't on you and everything is doing okay and nobody's paying attention to you, then bam, you win. Then here come the light. You got to be able to have your ducks in a row, your T's crossed, your I's dotted, and you got to be able to have some support.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Coach Johnnie Cole joining us for our HBCU Stroll here on the lunch break. Coach, give us an idea. A lot of us don't understand what that process is like. Does the athletic director or the school president or some other regent or provost or trustee come in and say, hey, you guys are not winning enough, or you've been here 2 years and you haven't turned it around yet? What is that process like, and who are the people that have those kind of conversations with you?
Well, it's all the above. You know, if you got a president that's very interested in athletics, and then sometimes they'll make a decision, or sometimes the board will put pressure because the board can't make employment decisions. So they'll put pressure on the coach, or you might have the athletic director, you know, and sometimes, you know, you got to have knowledge of that. And this is where that people don't understand. We always talk about the coach there. So when you start making your mind up that we're about to remove the coach, the first thing you should be doing is going to search for another coach. Don't just get rid of your coach and then open up your search and you don't know. You know, and a lot of times these jobs are decided. But how are they decided? Are they decided because we want to get a guy that's a Division I coach that was the tight end coach somewhere, you know, at the University of Miami or somewhere? When I'm coming, you know, earlier I was talking about where we are at in our program. Who do we need in our program? You know, and that's why I'm saying, you know, if you're in a perennial losing program, why would you want to bring a pro guy in? You know, a pro guy don't understand recruiting. You know, all he understands is that, I know the X's and O's. He don't understand the financial aid situation. You know, so when these athletic directors be making these decisions, then you need to go get, you know, some of the old players that played at the university in that meeting room. You know what I mean? You just can't take the guys around you and some of them don't have football knowledge, football sense. You know, then it turns into who I like. And you know, and I know there's some people that can interview like no other.
Yeah.
But then when the rubber hits the road and they got to put the work in, they ain't ready. You know, what kind of job we had? You know, when we took over at Lane College, you know, I had to roll my sleeves up. You know, the locker room was tore up. The showers didn't work. We didn't have nowhere on campus that, you know, when I told the president, hey, look, when I bring a recruit on campus, I got to have a place where he could see to say, this is home.
Yeah.
You know, and he was able, you know, you got to know as a head coach, you got to know those things when you come in and take over. You know, what's important? What's important about it? So when they're making them situations, it's a double-edged sword, you know, meaning that, you know, you got to have some people that's giving you some good advice, you know, about where you are. You know, don't be afraid. You don't need no yes men when you're making those decisions. Because as you know, there's only few winning coaches. Because if everybody was winning, every time a coaching change would come, you would have another winning coach, and that ain't it. So when you get a winning coach, you need to hold on to it. You need to hold on to it.
Coach Johnnie Cole, as we take our HBCU stroll here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, how long should you give a coach? I hear fans all the time say, 3 years. I look at some of the coaches that have been at programs. One that always stands out for me is Charlie Strong down there at UT. Another one, Kevin Sumlin at A&M. How long should you give a head coach to turn a program around reasonably?
Well, you just can't. First of all, number-wise, at least 3 years with a 4-year option. Meaning if I got a winning season in those 3, I get my 4 or my 5 year. Okay, that's the general rule to me. In year 3, you should be either compete for the championship or you should be showing that you're moving the program in the right direction. If you don't have a winning season in 3, I think it's time to show them the door because they're not moving the program in the right direction. Then it's who you go after. If you go after a coach from another university that's a winning coach, then you gonna have to. He gonna want some where he's taken care of. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where he's not gonna come here and you gonna treat him like he's a first year head coach, or you're gonna treat him like, oh, I'm giving you a favor because I'm a winner over here. Yeah. So to try to lock him in, you're gonna have to give him more than 3 years. Because coaching is so volatile. Guys are bouncing around, and that's why people hold on to their good coach, especially if they have a good winning coach. You can look at the guy at Texas A&M. He told him, if you guys want, you want me, you gotta lock me down. Yeah. I ain't bouncing around. I got something good going over here. You want me? Yeah. They signed him to a 10-year deal. Right. But I don't believe that you give a guy that with no coaching experience, especially in our market, no black coaching experience, no coordinator experience. You don't give him a 5-year deal and lock your university in for that. You don't made a deal with the devil because now y'all both guessing. So those things, it depends on the guy. Mm-hmm. But if you were asking me what would be a general, I would be like a 3-year with an option. And the option could be the head coach or the option could be the schools.
Yeah. I look at the situation with I know it's different level, but Arizona Cardinals, they took a guy who had 30-year NFL experience, gave him 1 year, and then they got him out of there. And then they bring in a dude who wasn't a winner on any other level as a head coach. And then they start putting all these great players around him, man. They started giving this dude stuff that they did not give the other head coach. And now this dude has one of the better teams in the NFL. And it's just like, what if you had invested that into this other guy as opposed to investing it in this guy?
Well, this is an egotistical business. It's an egotistical business. Got some racial flags, the PWI, the white coaches get a lot more chances, get a lot more things handed to them. It's about like, when you look at Bruce Arians, Belichick, Nick Saban, these guys are dinosaurs. But the thing about them, they disciplinarians. They raise other coaches. They never put themselves nor the team and make the kids understand that it's about team. It ain't about I. And they do a great job of that. And then they surround themselves with people that are smarter than them. Nick Saban, how many head coaches he don't hire? You know what I mean? Jimbo, my guy at Maryland, Kiffin. He surrounded himself with great coaches, former head coaches. He's not afraid because he knows who he is. They've changed their offensive coordinator almost every year. But they run the same old stuff. Their terminology don't change. Right. All these guys got the same same manual. It's just a different name on it. about how they go about winning football games.
Gotcha. Real quick, Chosen One Sports, the call-in number, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000 if you want to call in. You can also text me at 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. And Coach Cole, as I look at these standings in the SWAC, all of a sudden a prediction that I stepped out early on. Go ahead.
Man, you ain't going you got to talk about my Texas Southern Tigers. Man.
I ain't gonna talk about them. I'm gonna tell you why I ain't gonna talk about them.
You got give me my TSU, we love you. Hell. What? You only can play who's on your schedule.
I'm not talking about that either.
Okay.
I'm gonna treat them like Mac Jones was treating Tom Brady and the Patriots. He wouldn't call that man by his name. He wouldn't call that team by his name. Him and the other team. Your school got a nice little win, 69-0. But coach, don't say nothing. Just let me ruin it for myself. If I had to power rank SIDs, y'all got the worst SID in black college football. In black college sports, y'all got the worst SID. And it don't have to be that bad. It does not have to be that bad. When somebody wants to cover your school and report on your school, I mean, if nothing else, think about the kids. Don't think about your biases and your issues and your problems. I feel bad for the kids, and I'm not even talking about us. I'm talking about there are other media outlets that are not able to get in there and cover that school because you got an inept SID, and I'm about to start calling out the athletic director over there because if you got an employee that's not doing their job and you're not helping fix that, then I'm not going to waste my airtime on them. I'm not. So congratulations on the win. I respect you as an alumni. I love a lot of people over there. But that SID, he got problems.
I'm going to have to get on the phone. I'm going to have to make me a call. You know, Coach Granger, he's a Tiger as well. And I know he wouldn't want to say this about his program. So we got to make sure that we take care of that.
Coach, you can put my name on it. You can let AD Kevin Granger know I said it. And if I don't never get another media credential, if I don't never get to cover a sport at Texas Southern, that's fine. I got money. I'll buy my ticket. But I'm not going to fight to cover that school when you got an SID who's not doing his job. I'm not going to do it.
Woo! I'm gonna have to do one of these on you. You know, they come to Arlington this weekend, so I'm looking forward to getting to see the Tigers again. Band was great. We have a super president.
Love the president. I love her.
It seems like she's gonna be moving the program in the right direction. We had a great crowd.
Yep.
So I'm a PR for my school.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. I love the basketball coach for the men. I love the basketball coach for the women. I love the baseball coach, the soccer coach. I love all of them. But you got an SID that needs to he needs a wake-up call. He needs to realize he's got a job to do, and it's not personal. Do your job, Doc. Do your job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Without further ado, we got a phone call. I got to take a quick break. We will come back with our phone caller, and we'll do that next right here on the HBCU Stroll with the coach, Johnnie Cole. We'll be right back right after this.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed.
Coach, don't get in trouble fooling with me now. Don't get in trouble. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, Doc. You're not going to do wrong and expecting me to be calling y'all's name. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, Coach. I didn't get a media pass either.
Yeah, I said.
Yeah, I didn't get a media pass either, man. And I got 40 years of the school, and kids go to school there. I got records over there. They just did a special of the top quarterbacks to ever come through there. Yeah. And I'm one of the top quarterbacks to ever play there. You know, during my years there, you know, I had broke like nine school records, you know, seasonal records. Matter of fact, I'm still in the record book. But when he didn't give me a media pass, shit, I had to go get a napkin and But
see, Coach, for me, and Essential Feast said, Coach, why do you think Texas Southern is okay with having a losing record? We'll come back to that in 1 second.
okay,
I'm not even on the media pass. You ought to at least respond.
right.
Somebody sends you a request, you ought to say approved or denied. And then people call you and you say, "Oh yeah, I got that taken care of," and you never respond. No, that's something. That's bad
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
You don't want that bad
yeah,
business.
yeah. Well,
It's not just me. I would be quiet. But I know of at least 3 or 4 other media outlets that have the exact same experience. That don't make no sense.
wow,
You can't have it with everybody.
Easily ship this
wow,
monitoring device directly to your home at little
wow.
or no cost
We
to
going
you.
right after
If
this,
you have
Coach.
high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to the Lunch Break.
Hmm?
KY.
What's your question?
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all new 92.3 FM. Unfortunately, we got to get ready to wrap it up real quick, but let me go to the phone line. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Wait, what's up, one sports? I got a couple questions for you and the coach.
Okay.
First one, I want to ask you, what do you think is the direction that HBCU sports are heading in, and what can be done to help them improve as far as getting better overall recruiting and getting overall better quality programs?
So, Coach, the question is improvement on the HBC level, better recruiting. What was the second part?
And what can be done to get better overall as far as the quality of programs and uplift quality of the program?
Better
Well,
overall quality of the program.
well, first thing I'm gonna start with money. It takes some money. I think somehow we got to get our alumni out to give more money back to our athletic program, because athletics is not sponsored by the state schools. So we need to start there, and I think starting there means that the university has to do a better job of holding on to the history of former players, coaches, and students. Holding on to that history, and for those people to be welcome. One thing I know by experience is we as Black folks, we like to put our hand on you. If you're untouchable, we won't give you our dollars. We got to understand that people give money to people and not buildings. So let's start there. We need to have some Hall of Fame ceremonies, banquets, golf tournaments, to be able to bridge that gap between alumni and the school. The school thinks, oh, well, you graduate, you should come back. Well, in a perfect world, yeah. But we're not in a perfect world. You got to reach out. You got to do things, and we got to stay Black. One thing I used to say, AJ, all the time when people ask about some of my success, where do African Americans hang out at? Where do they go? They go to church, they go to clubs. Now they starting to get more in the golf course. So you got to go meet them halfway. When you're in charge, when you're an athletic director or when you're a president. I'm not saying the president should be up in some club, but you got to go where they are. And you got to be able to shake their hand, and we got to do it a little at a time. What's $5 a month from each alumni that graduated from each university? You know what I mean?
Go ahead,
And
Paul.
that's really $60 a month. But go ahead.
Go ahead, Caller. What was your other question?
No, I was agreeing with him taking product to the people. My other question is, what can we do to get somebody like you to come out of retirement? Because they got too many people around here taking L's.
Well, hey, my phone number is 334-318-1141. I would love to come back and because one of the challenges from
tired of losing,
yeah,
to come from homecomings and away games, frustrated and disappointed.
Yeah.
Caller, we appreciate the call, man. We're going to answer that off air, okay?
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks for the call. Coach, he wants you to come out of retirement. Coach, your phone is on mute. Some kind of way we lost the audio. Say it again. There you are. We got you.
Yeah, I'm back. That's Don Pittman. He's just been matter of fact, we might have him on the show. He keeps calling me. He's a coach up at Lincoln, Pennsylvania. University Black College, and he calls me every week and get a play or two, and he's wearing me out. He just been inducted into the Texas A&I Kingsville Hall of Fame, and I'm gonna get on him for calling me from 1 to 2 o'clock. He know I'm on the radio.
Hey, we got another question, and we wanna get this. Let's see. This young man says, I want to get his name because he said my name is Pharisee Norman, and he wants to know, why do you think Texas Southern is okay with keeping a losing coach?
Well, it's money. I know that he's got 2 years left on his contract. And again, I'm a coach too, so I don't want to say enough about Coach McKinney. I think he's a fine young man. I think he has a good young staff. He was up against some challenges. His knowledge of the university, was in question. But he's doing the best he can. I mean, he's just a line of other coaches that have came to Texas Southern with that Division I-A pedigree. And, once you got in there, if you didn't have your hard hat on and your sleeves rolled up, it's a different story. For my sake and the love of the university, that hopefully we can lift off this game that we just played, and things will be folks gonna be watching this week, of where we are with the program. But I think it's a situation with money and where his contract is, and you just can't keep bouncing around. And maybe that the athletic director and the people in charge over there, they might see something that the caller hadn't seen, and that they think that he's gonna get a term. So we'll see.
Yeah, they got their hands full. They got Southern this weekend.
Yes.
And my look, I'm gonna do you like that. My daughter just filled out her application for Southern today, and I might have to change my stuff from a little maroon and black and try and get me a little light blue and gold. I don't know. I don't know. Might not be on the yard. I might be on the bluff. I don't know, Coach. I don't know.
Hey, been there, done that. Beautiful school, Southern University. Yeah. You come up over that hill, AJ.
Yeah.
And we used to play. I was with Pete Richardson when we first started winning, won national championship there. And you come up over that blood and you see all those campers and you just sniff all that gun bowl and all that Louisiana cooking, man.
Red beans and rice, crawfish, etouffee and stuff.
We were so good that I couldn't wait till the game was over, because we would go from camper to camper to camper. I mean, we were eating alligator and snake and crawfish and those fans, they love Southern down there. And I had a great time coaching up under Pete Richardson, like a dad to me. He coached me in high school as well. And I hated to leave that place, but they do it the right way over there.
All right, well, look, we got to get to it. You ready? You ready,
yes,
Coach?
Sir. Yes,
I'm writing these down because, like I said, I missed out on a couple of them last week. You had a better week than me. I give you credit. Okay. Arkansas Pine Bluff at Alabama State. Who you got?
I got Alabama State bouncing back.
Okay. I'm gonna do you, and I'm gonna do me. All right, you got Alabama State. I got Pine Bluff. I'm going Pine Bluff.
Okay.
All right. Grambling at Alcorn. Boy, that all of a sudden is going to be a great game. Saturday at 2:00. Who you got?
I got both of them. No, I'm gonna take the quarterback, Alcorn.
Okay, you're going Alcorn. I'm going Graham. I'm going Graham fam. All right, Coach. Here we go. Jackson State at Alabama A&M. Who you got?
I'm going with the quarterback. He gonna bounce back, and I'm going with Coach Maynard. He's an egotistical guy. He's gonna go in there with an attitude, and he's gonna put his foot in them players' butt this week and tell them that they got the big head. Now, when the rubber hits the road, I got Alabama A&M.
All right, Coach. I'm going against you again. I'm going Jackson State. All right, here we go. Mississippi Valley State coming off of a big win, but they going down to Florida. They going to check out Bethune-Cookman. Who you got?
Wow. That's going to be a defensive game.
It really is.
Man, I'm going with Willie Top. Kid Evans and Coach Dancy. They'll have Valley ready to go. Swag time.
I think I'm going to lean on Mississippi Valley State as well. I'm going Mississippi Valley State. All right, Southern and your school. Who you got?
There you go. There you go. Southern.
Get out loud. Say it with your chest. Now, don't take your shirt. Who gonna win that game? Southern and your team.
Texas Southern.
I'm putting TSU down there for you, and I'm putting SU down for me. Well, this is going to be a good one now. We're going to see who's going to come out on top because we got a lot of differences on that one. And then a good game at 5 o'clock Saturday, South Carolina State, FAMU. Who you got?
FAMU.
I got FAMU too.
Coach Simmons got it going. They needed that one.
All right, so I was telling you that in the standings, I'm starting to look like I might have known what I was talking about. I said FAMU was going to win the SWAC. Right now, Jackson State 1-0, FAMU 1-1, Alabama A&M 1-1, Alabama State 1-1. Valley and Bethune are winless in the conference. Right. On the other side, Prairie View is running away with it. They're 3-0. Alcorn is 1-0. Southern 1-0. Grambling 1-1. Yo School and Pine Bluff both winless.
Right. Yeah. Well, we did move up in the rankings. We moved in front of Bethune-Cookman with our one win.
I ain't saying nothing. I'm not giving no love, Coach. You see, I'm hating hard. And look, Coach, until he do right by me, everything he touch.
You don't pull out the color purple, ain't you?
I got to go color purple on him, doggone it. Coach, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you as you do all that you do, Coach.
You can go on Instagram, Cold-Blooded 9, and Facebook, Johnnie Cole, JOHNNIE COLE.
Coach, you're not on Twitter. We got to get you on Twitter because they talk a lot of mess to me about you and me on Twitter.
Is that right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Because when I post up our rankings and stuff, I got alumni from all over like, oh, okay, all right. You and Cole don't know what y'all talking about. They come for us, Coach, on Twitter. We got to get you on Twitter.
Well, I got my rankings down here right now. I'm going to make a couple of them upset too. You know, that's,
all right, Coach, give me your rankings right now before we go. Give me your rankings.
I'm staying with Alabama A&M.
Okay.
All right. And I got Southern number 2.
All right.
I got Jackson State 3.
Okay.
Okay. I got PV-A&M number 4.
All right.
Okay. I got Alcorn number 5.
All right.
I got Florida A&M number 6.
All right.
Alabama State 7.
All right.
Grambling 8.
All right.
Pine Bluff 9.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi Valley 10.
Okay.
Hell to Texas Southern. We off the bottom, number 11. And Bethune-Cookman winless, 12.
Who'd you have at 10?
Mississippi Valley State.
Okay, MSV, and then TSU. All right.
And Bethune-Cookman.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna say anything. My mama say when I can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna post your power rankings up on Twitter. I'm gonna put mine next to yours, and I'm gonna send you the screenshots of people
Okay.
talking about us. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna
All right,
open up my Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I gotta open it up.
Open it up, Coach, so we can
Okay.
take this together. I can take it. I just don't like to take it by myself. All right.
Now you'll be in Arlington this week, right?
I might.
Okay. Okay.
You want me in Arlington?
Huh?
Do you want me up there?
Yeah. We probably need to be seen together, and
Okay, Coach.
you know what I mean. And I got some passes, some media passes.
All right, Coach, I'm coming.
Yeah, for
because
us.
you said it for us. I'm coming. All right, Coach. All right, I gotta go. I will see you in Arlington this weekend, and we'll see you back here next Monday. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Always on the bond.
And next week, I'm gonna have Al Wash and Fred Jones, the two African American promoters. They like dinosaurs. They've been promoted for over 40 years. The the Southern Heritage Classic and the State Farm Classic. We had a real good, interesting conversation this weekend.
Coach, stay right there. I got it. Let me start Donnie
Okay.
McClurkin. I'm coming right back to you. We'll be right back right after this.
1140 AM, KYOK Conroe, and 92.3 FM, K222CX Houston.
All right, Coach. I got us off of KWW.
Okay.
That can go off. So now,
Okay.
Al Wash and who's the other guest?
And Fred Jones.
Coach, those are two good ones.
Oh, they dinosaurs.
Yeah, they've been promoting major stuff for a long, long time.
And hopefully some of these athletic directors and these presidents understand why it's so important to have guys like that. Even if you don't give them a job, you should have them in the room. And this is what you call African American power, man. These cats have been around. They have been having successful games, year in and year out, and they understand the ins and outs of getting African American people out to watch the games.
Coach, and that's what when you said those names, the words that came to my mind were power brokers. Those are power brokers that a lot of folks don't know about because they're behind the scenes. So that's going to be a really good show. I appreciate you pulling those in. I'll get that one set up and we'll start promoting that one, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Coach. Like I said, I'll see you this weekend, but I'll definitely see you back on here on Monday.
Thank you. All right.
All right, Coach. Take care. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.
Yo.
All right. Hey, and call Kevin Granger.
Yes, sir. I will.
All right, Coach. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. Listen, we got to get ready to go. Of course, again, I've already gotten Donnie McClurkin going on the legendary KYOK. Y'all don't mind me. You know me. You know how I get sometimes. But I'm like this, man. Don't make it hard for people to cover your team because while some people have personal issues, and I don't even know this dude, so I ain't got no personal issues with him, I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for the coaches that are trying to get some exposure to their program. And like I said, it ain't just me. I'm talking about other media outlets having a problem covering Texas Southern University. That makes no sense whatsoever. So as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. We'll see you tomorrow for Talk Your Team Tuesday.